Alright then. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Shifty Key Podcast. I'm Luis, aka SpartanSloth, and today we have...
TJ1023. Oh crap, I forgot to make up some weird person.
And Jim Servac back from the long hiatus, but I have returned, so you can all rejoice once again.
Yeah!
The prodigal son returns.
You respawned. At last.
Do what?
You respawned. You know, when you die
What?
in a game, then you respawn.
Oh, respawned.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think me and Jim
I thought
thought
you
the
said
same
respond, like to respond to something. I'm going,
Oh,
what am I
no.
responding to? Well,
I blame
everyone,
TJ.
see, everybody can know that nothing's changed with me. I still have no idea what I'm talking about most of the time.
Oh, don't worry, nothing's changed with us either.
Don't we all?
So, just as a warning to everybody, may not make much sense this podcast because I just woke up.
Oh yeah,
What
it's
kind
true.
of sleep schedule do you have?
Just gonna break the illusion that we're recording earlier than usual. A very bad one, probably.
When did you go to sleep last night? Let's start there.
Last night was kind of early, like 1 a.m.
And you woke up like 10:30, 10:40 a.m. EST.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Jesus, TJ. I mean,
I draw the line at waking up at 1 o'clock. I don't like waking up in the afternoon.
Oh my god.
well, 1 o'clock, that is in the
Man.
afternoon. Screw
Oh.
midday.
I'll never understand that. And maybe because I say I was working because I was working so much and I was always up at like 7.
Well, during school, I'll always get up at like 6, 7, and go to bed at a normal time. But now that it's a break, like I just gave up. I went back to my old habits, plus playing a lot of Destiny and whatnot.
My old habits. So
I just
you're
got back into
sleeping
Destiny.
late, and you're doing drugs again.
Yes, Destiny is a drug.
Okay.
You know it's bad for you. You know it sucks, but it just drags you back in.
Just do it anyway.
Dude, I suck so much in the Crucible matches.
Don't worry, everybody does, except for the people you
Not
fight.
me.
Oh.
Not me. I joined
Oh.
LovelySins for a let's play that they had done for their Twitch channel, and I just want to point out that I was the highest scoring person on the team by 700 points. I actually outscored their best player on the other team. We still lost though because I can't win the entire game by myself, despite my best efforts.
I know that feeling all too well.
Like it's just,
All too well.
my back hurt from carrying the team. Sorry.
I usually end up one of the better people on the team, but during the first Iron Banner that they had, there was a very clear pattern. If I were the best person on the team, I would lose the game. And then the next game, I would be so angry that I did so good but still lost that I would do terrible. And then my team would win.
Using the dark side.
Then my team would win, and that would get me even more angry, and I would spend the next 5 matches just shouting and stuff. So I'm Destiny. Most people get angry at Call of Duty. I get angry at Destiny. That's sad.
I've been getting angry at the Master Chief Collection. You know what?
How's that working for you?
The Flood can go, eat a massive, gigantic elite dick, because fuck the Flood. Seriously, those guys are so annoying. Like, they don't stop coming, and that sounds really dirty. I'm sorry,
Which
but
mission are you
They
playing?
are the Flood.
the Combat Evolved.
Oh yeah.
This is news to me. I didn't know you had an Xbox One, Luis.
I do. I got it, a month or so ago? Yeah.
I've even
Wait.
played some. I played some Destiny with him.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
man,
I did.
we're going to have to get you hooked up with my screen name and such. Not that it's hard to figure out, Jim Servac. So.
Yeah, I added you.
Oh, you did? I haven't played I haven't even touched my Xbox for probably oh gosh, probably close to before last week when I played with LovelySins and them. I probably hadn't touched my Xbox in 2 months because
Yeah.
I got on my PC gaming kick. I was playing Civ Beyond Earth and some other games that I bought.
I think I added
But-
you 1 or 2 days ago, so.
Yeah, I actually saw you both on, I think, at the same time yesterday. I'm like, that's weird. 2 people I only talk to on TeamSpeak or on Xbox.
And it came to steal your girl. Ew. What?
There's nothing
I
there
don't know
for you
what
to
you're talking
steal.
about.
Sorry for your loss, Luis.
Damn it.
Gosh, hang on a second. I'm having some throat difficulties here this morning.
Good.
Yesterday, I was just running the Vanguard bounties. That's all. But I only did that for a couple hours, and I was busy for the rest of the damn day.
By the way,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. But by the way, is it just me, or it takes forever until you level up the Vanguard levels? Same thing for the Crucible levels.
Crucible, I'll agree with you, but Vanguard, it's hard, but it's not that hard.
Yeah, well, you can do the Vanguard playlist, especially if you do the
Yeah.
whatever's the hardest one. That one's pretty easy. What I don't like is you get there's the other factions like New Monarchy and Dead Orbit and stuff. I'd like to level up and get some of their weapons, but that is the fucking hardest thing to do because you can only you have to pick between Vanguard and Crucible and that. You can't
Actually, those factions, whenever you put on their cloaks, you gain reputation, wherever
right, you gain
go.
reputation for that faction, but if you do that, then you're sacrificing your reputation for the other. So that's my only frustration with it.
The thing that annoys me about that is that you sacrifice the reputation, and you need specifically Crucible marks to buy stuff from that. So it's you can do Vanguard or Crucible, but in the end, you're going to need to do some Crucible.
Right.
Wait, so if you buy, because I'm currently playing as a Warlock, so if you buy the armband of, let's say, Dead Orbit, do I sacrifice the Vanguard thing forever, or just, the current experience?
No, until you take it off.
Okay. Well, that's, yeah.
I just pointing out, I think this is the first time we've had all Destiny players on the podcast.
Holy shit.
This is nice. I like this.
So, Dark Below, thoughts?
I haven't played it yet, but it sucks that the PS4 is getting extra stuff ahead of time.
Just because Bungie's sucking Sony's dick. They're just mad at Microsoft.
Why would they be mad at Microsoft?
I don't know. I'm assuming just because of all the shit that happened with Halo, with Microsoft taking Halo from them after they because Bungie and Microsoft, they merged, and Bungie decided they wanted to go a different direction with things. Microsoft wanted their moneymaker, obviously the Halo franchise. So they split, but part of that split was that half of Bungie had to stay with Microsoft, which became 343 Industries, and Microsoft owned all the rights to all of the Halo content.
Yeah, but I think Bungie got to keep a lot of the engineering, so to speak. It
shows in the gameplay, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Obviously, the engineers stayed with Bungie, and then the storytellers stayed with 343. So, barely how that went.
I actually made a joke with some of my friends I play Destiny with a lot the other day. We were talking about the tumbler, the sparrow that you get with the Dark Below.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, how did they do all those tricks in those videos? I can't do that. Because, they released a trailer video showing all the guys doing the tricks. And I was like, oh, yeah, they just took all the guys that were doing nothing, writing a story. And they're like, hey, you're going to spend the time from now to the Dark Below launch learning how to ride a sparrow. And that's all you're going to do. Because you're not doing anything important, clearly. Just a story.
Right. Got nothing else going on.
Yeah. Anyway, Dark Below, I like having stuff to do again because I was really getting bored because I'd finally reached level 30.
Well, that's what I'd done. I mean, I got to 25 and I was just like, I don't feel like grinding for all the light gear. So I just stopped playing. So I had to get away from Destiny so I could come back to it and reappreciate it. That's how I am with a lot of games.
Yeah. Like it also helps if you have people to play with, like that you play with on a regular basis. Because I know I wouldn't still be playing Destiny if I didn't have like the same like 3-4 groups of friends play with constantly, and we're all the same level, so we can all, usually do the same stuff together, and we, like we go and do the raid, we do the strikes, grind for some deer.
By the way, I need people to get like some of those things, because yesterday I tried the daily mission challenge thing. It was that portal level on Mars, with the 3 statues.
Yeah, that one's hard to do even with 2 people.
And even on normal, like fuck that level. I tried so much, and like I ended up feeling like I wanted to shove my controller up the Vex's asshole, because dude, I was so
really
angry.
Not a fan, huh?
I was yelling at my screen like, motherfucker, stop killing me. And then I gave up. I just, you know what, fuck it. I don't need another engram.
Yeah.
I'll just play some Halo, and then I just decided to turn off my Xbox because fuck the flood.
Speaking of Halo, that reminds me of a story from when... Sorry, I should also have turned off my mic when I cleared my throat.
There you go.
Sorry.
God, stop it.
The problem with being awake when I'm not ready is this stuff. Anyway, story was when I first got Halo, I like there was not anything about the flood from what I'd heard. I'm just like, okay, we get to kill some aliens. This is pretty cool. Got through like the first 5 levels. It's like, oh, this is fun. We're killing aliens. We're saving the galaxy. I have no idea what's going on. And then the flood happened.
The flood are still aliens, so I mean, you weren't lied to.
I wasn't lied to, but anyway, how I did it was I did co-op with my brother. So we were just sitting there, relaxing, maxing, shooting some b-ball out by the school. Then a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble. All right, the flood showed
in the Galaxy Hood,
and we were like, "What's going on? I signed on to fight aliens, not zombies." And they were kicking our ass on easy because, obviously this was our first Halo game and we were terrible.
I remember the flood being a big surprise as well, because I mean, I remember playing the demo that they had at GameStop. God, when it first came out. God,
was that on the Silent Cartographer level?
No, it was just the original, like, it was the first 2 levels that they had set up on their Xbox, on their demo Xbox, and so there was no like, we didn't know about the flood, and the internet. When did the original Halo come out? Like 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so it's like the internet just wasn't today what it was then. Like there was no like forums where you could go and like ruin shit. There was no Rooster Teeth. I mean, obviously because Rooster Teeth didn't come out until Halo came out, so it wasn't even Rooster Teeth then. It was just Red versus Blue, and
it was Drunk Gamers.
Yeah, they had that beforehand, but I think they gave it up in favor of. Anyway, so
yeah,
they there just wasn't anything that like indicated like there was something besides the Covenant in Halo. And so when I was playing it, I was playing it with a friend of mine who was like, "Oh man, you haven't gotten to the library yet?" And I was like, "Nah." And he's like, "Dude, you're gonna fucking hate your life." And I was like, "Nah, it'll be alright." I was like, "There's nothing I can't handle." And I wasn't playing on easy. I'm not no pussy. I don't ever play on easy. And man, that thing was killer. Like on heroic, it really sucked. So it's really terrible when you play it on legendary. I'm not looking forward to doing that again on the Master Chief Collection here.
Yeah, I've never played. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Legendary? Never played Legendary?
Damn, dude.
No, I am so sorry. I am brain dead right now. I actually have played Legendary. Like I think it was last summer, or whenever I have a break, I would always decide to go through one of the Halo games on Legendary. So I went through Halo 3 on Legendary, and then I went through Halo Reach on Legendary, which, let me tell you, that is definitely the hardest Halo game to do on Legendary.
Original Halo is the hardest on Legendary by far.
Okay.
Just because of the library.
It
Only
might be
because of the library.
Because I haven't played the original Halo game on Legendary because there was no achievement for it. But definitely want to get the Master Chief Collection. That thing's going down. Plus Halo 2.
That sucks. It sucks dick. I spent every free moment I had outside of school, because I was not a freshman in high school at the time, every free minute I had trying to fucking beat the library on Legendary, and it took me a week. It was just absolutely insanely frustrating to get that shit working right.
Wow.
Yeah, it blew dicks, and I'm better at it now because I had a much better time with it when I played on the original Halo remake on the 360, a remastered copy, and I had a much easier time with it, but it's still very difficult, and I would easily and happily say that that's the hardest Halo game of them all on Legendary. And I've beaten every single Halo game on Legendary solo, including Halo Wars, that like kind of real-time strategy game they had on the 360. I've beaten them all.
I'm not good at strategy, so I never beat the campaign on anything harder than normal.
Man, that's why I love strategy games. It's actually it's the only reason I play PC games at all is for strategy games.
But yeah, what's your strategy for going through like the Halo 1, 2, 3, 4 games on Legendary? Like, because I noticed that when I go through, I always take it slow and steady, and I just try to pick off every enemy in my sights.
Very, very mobile. I mean, don't stop, and then if you get to a point where it's like a choke point, where you kind of have to push forward no matter what, just slowly progress forward, killing one or two enemies at a time, which is very difficult when you have like overshield elites. But
yeah,
noob combo the shit out of, like, just noob combo everything. Get your Magnum, get your plasma pistol, and just plasma pistol, and Magnum everything. So noob combo all the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meep. Is that what you just said?
I said yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said meep.
Meep.
What?
Meep.
But
up in here.
You know, the strategy I used for playing on normal, which by the way didn't unlock me the achievement because I finished the first Halo, but I don't know why the achievement tracking isn't working properly. I'm gonna have to play it again. But the thing I did sometimes was just run away like a bitch, because it would get to a point like I would be surrounded by the flood. Like the Covenant are not a problem, really. But then I'd be surrounded by the flood, and I'd be like, well, either I can waste ammo on them, or just run for it. Then I decided to run for it, and it worked most of the time. By the way, Guilty Spark, son of a bitch. I hope he died a painful death on the first one, because I haven't played the second, the third, and I played the fourth, but not the second and the third.
Yeah, he's a real cockmongler. That man he's crazy.
Yeah, that ball of machine parts.
If I'm trying to remember it now, I might have to look this up to be sure I'm not getting all the Halo lore wrong. There was never mind. I don't want to ruin it for. Well, this is more related to the books than the actual game, so I can do this. Are you ever gonna read all the Halo books, Luis?
Yeah, probably not, or not anytime soon. So by the time I start them, I might forget.
Okay, then.
Just don't listen to podcast number 45.
There's in Halo 4, there's the Didact, and the Forerunner saga kind of tells the story of the Didact, and there are, as it comes to be, there's in fact two Didacts, and one of them is one of the, I think it's the Didact, and he is he's a human that they kind of turned into the Didact when their Didact was
not quite.
Not quite? Okay, tell me what it is, TJ, because I'm totally brain farting.
Yeah, I read the book, the first book at least, and I wasn't that big a fan. But anyway, there was the Didact and the new Didact or something. Being the original, and then new being like... Alright, anyway, so the new Didact was like a Forerunner. He was like a baby Forerunner.
Right, okay, that's what it was.
Not a baby Forerunner, but like they have these different like stages of evolution. Or whatever. And he took like an imprint from the original Didact, and he started to become a Didact, and like eventually the original Didact's memories and stuff just overwhelmed the young Forerunner, and he essentially became the Didact.
Gotcha, okay. So I was going the wrong direction with it. What was it that happened maybe since you only read the first book, then you might not know. In the
I-
third one, Guilty Spark is one of those humans. Like they transfer the
Yeah.
consciousness of one of the humans that they found on Earth, the new Didact, before he imprinted on the Didact. They transferred him into the Guilty Spark, right?
Yeah, what I think happened, because I didn't read the book, but I read the Wikipedia articles because I'm that kind of a nerd. I think what happened was the original Didact, what he did was he took the composer, I think the main thing from Halo 4, the main weapon from Halo 4, and he took the librarian took all of the humans, a large amount of humans from Earth, and she put them on the Halo ring for storage or whatever, to be safe during the Flood War. And then what the original Didact did was he took the composer, he turned them all into the Promethean Knights, and I think he took, I guess you could say one of her favorite ones, I guess, kind of, because I think his name was Chakas. There were two of them that were like close friends with the new Didact, and he took one of them. I think he killed the other one, and he took Chakas and turned him into Guilty Sparks, who is the AI installation of Halo.
Yeah, who's absolutely insane. You come to find out by the end of Halo 3.
Yep.
He's really off his rocker. Spoiler alert. Sorry, Luis.
No, it's okay.
Now you have something to look forward to.
Right. Don't trust Guilty Spark. I mean, it's kind of a linear game. You don't have a choice.
Trust the insanity.
Oh, no,
Don't
yeah, I
trust
finished Combat Evolved. But, so, I already know that guy's a douchebag. That is not an opinion that's going to change.
Good. Don't be fooled by him.
Yeah, I did prefer when Bernie was Guilty Spark.
Oh, yeah. You will fear my laser face. So
They just did that using the Forge in Halo 3, right? So they made
Oh, that's right. When you start floating around in Forge, you essentially playing as Guilty Spark.
well, you're playing as a monitor. Like that's what all those dudes are called. They're called monitors.
Well, yeah.
I
mean the skin or whatever.
Yeah, because every like Halo had a monitor. Like the one from Halo 2 had one called Penitent Tangent, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those dudes.
2401. That's what it was. 2401 Penitent Tangent.
Yeah, they have really weird names.
Oh, you have no idea.
I might try to talk my sister into naming my nephews whenever they somehow spawn. Guilty Spark and whatever
Good luck
else.
With that. Speaking of weird names, like the dude that became the new Didact, his original name was Bornstellar Makes Eternal Lasting.
Yeah, I was about to say Bornstellar. Wow. That's what I was trying to think of.
Bornstellar?
Yep.
More like Pornstellar, am I right? Hey!
Wow.
Okay. I don't know. Did he do porn? We don't know that.
Well, this is for the rule.
Well, I mean, they can stay
Halo.
up through the entire night, so
It fits with the Halo naming convention where everything's got to be some derivative of 7. So, Rule 34, 3 and 4, 7.
It's sad.
Makes sense to me. Okay.
Guess what?
Mirror X Crea.
69
Pornstellar.
Pornstellar. Let's just make that their Xbox Live name. 69 Pornstellar 69.
Xbox mod just goes
Pornstellar
by.
comes eternal.
Xbox mod is just like looking at the people in the game. He's like, let's see, Pornstellar makes it. Wait, did that say porn? Banned!
Hey, that guy's a Halo fan. Wait, what? Yeah, but I've been enjoying it. As I mentioned in the previous podcast, every time I walk into a room, I keep switching graphics to see how it looks like, and it's a big difference.
Oh yeah.
The game was much darker when it was first released. Like, I understand why Master Chief had a flashlight, because some points of the game, like the rooms were very bright,
obnoxiously dark.
And then when I switched to the old graphics, it was like pitch black. So that makes sense.
So, do we have anything we can talk about that our non-Halo audience, Nick,
Let's see,
would be interested in?
Well, I did buy a kick-ass cherry ice cream today. That was a thing.
Oh, that's nice. I had
Dude,
strawberry
so
cheesecake
good.
ice cream.
You what?
Strawberry cheesecake ice cream?
Oh, cheesecake. I understood something else.
I don't even
ask.
want to know.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man.
Well, speaking of food, best segue ever. You know when
Tits
I told
cake,
you guys I was gonna get a snack earlier for food for
Was
eating?
it ice cream?
No. It was sweet and sour leftover sweet and sour chicken from Chinese food last night.
I had for breakfast. I had leftover hibachi. So,
Breakfast of champions.
yeah, it's an Asian kind of morning, I guess. Asian food morning. So it's always
An
time for hibachi.
Asian
though,
kind
let's
of
be honest.
morning.
I actually got a fortune cookie, and in the fortune cookie, the fortune was don't eat this fortune. So I ate it.
Okay.
Wow.
You know what you're supposed
Such
to do, right?
rebel.
There's a game you play with fortunes. You know that, right? You can do one of two things. You can either add according to prophecy at the beginning of your fortune, or you can add in bed at the end of it.
Don't eat this fortune in bed.
Yeah, don't eat it in bed.
According to prophecy, don't eat this fortune. Yeah,
I had one fortune. It's in my car. I loved it so much. It was such a great one. I can't remember what it was now, but it was something really hilarious.
It was great, but obviously
It was
wasn't
great.
that
I don't know
great.
what it was, guys, but it was fantastic. So you'll just laugh.
Just trust me, okay?
Just trust me, guys. It was funny. Fucking handsome Jack over here. It's funny, guys. I know you don't get it, but just trust me, okay?
Butt stallion.
It's funnier in
Butt
Latin.
stallion. Anybody play pre-sequel?
Nah,
Nope.
I don't
I haven't
have
played
any
any
money to
Borderlands
get any of
games.
the best games this season. Like, so many games coming
I
out.
really want to play Assassin's Creed Unity, but
I want
can't.
to play Assassin's Creed,
I want to
Oh,
play Rogue
Black
too.
Flag, and Unity, and Rogue, and like
yeah,
literally,
you're way behind.
yeah. I'm sad.
Don't be sad. I haven't played
And
any Borderlands games.
Not to mention all those other games I want to get. What's it called? The pre-sequel. That thing. Yeah, I want to get that game. They just came out with 2 new Telltale games that look really good.
I want Tales of the Borderlands real bad, and I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it.
I want
mean,
that.
it looks.
And
Phenomenal.
I'm a Game of Thrones fan, so I really want the Game of Thrones Telltale game.
I'm a fan too, but I just don't know that I care about the game. I mean, I've listened to what they had to say on the patch about it, and I was just kind of like, maybe not.
Oh, maybe
Nobody
that.
seems like really thrilled about it.
Yeah, maybe that's why. I don't know, because I haven't found myself listening to as many podcasts. Like, I used to be really happy about all the podcasts because I used to have to go a lot of places. So I'd be like, oh, I'll just listen to this podcast when I'm going here, and then I'll listen to this other one when I'm going here. And now I'm just like sitting here at home, like, I'd rather watch videos and play games than listen to a podcast right now.
Ah, man, I listen to the podcast while I play games. Like Destiny, when I'm grinding on Destiny, I'll listen to the podcast because they're just
Hey,
like,
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Really,
it's the only
I haven't
thing. It's
thought
a
of
better
it.
story than Destiny.
I've tried that before, but what always ends up happening is I'll get on Destiny and I'll be like, oh, nobody's on. I guess I'll just play Destiny. And then like 30 minutes later, I'll be like, I could be listening to something right now. So I go to get a podcast. I like put it on, start listening to it. 10 minutes later, 5 people come online. Join my party. God
So
dang it.
join their party and don't talk. I do. Okay.
Much pain.
And but you know,
I never join nobody's party. People join my party. I ain't got no time for that shit. You want to play with me?
Oh,
You come play with me. I
popular
don't go
Jim
play with
over here.
nobody.
but you know,
Apparently, except for LovelySins when she's streaming. Apparently, that's the exception to the rule.
I was sort of having this conversation, I think yesterday, with another community member, the Breen, and he wrote a journal about like how he used to keep up with everything RT, but it came to a point in which there's just so much content being pumped out, which is not a bad thing, but there's just so much content that he was being able to keep up with everything. And I feel
I'm with him.
exactly the same way.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like there are some shows that I can watch. Like I can't keep up with them. I'm super late on the Minecraft Let's Plays, for example. Not that I want to
Yeah.
stop watching them, but you know, just haven't got to it yet.
I
At
don't
this
even
point,
try to go ahead.
I was just gonna say at this point, I just wait to hear like if everybody has something good to say about a certain Let's Play. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it, and then I laugh at it. But other than that,
Yeah.
I kind of don't even bother. The only exception to Let's Plays that I've been following are the sponsor cut Alien Isolation Let's Plays, those are legitimately hilarious.
I haven't even watched any of those yet. I'm pretty
the
much
Halo ones
just
too.
the Rooster Teeth podcast, the patch, and I try to catch the Let's Plays when I can, but when it comes to the Minecraft stuff, because there's so much of it, I don't even pretend to try to like follow it in order or any kind of order for that matter. Like if there's an episode and I've missed like recently I've missed like 10 of them, I don't care. I'll just watch whatever one's currently out.
And as CJ said, like you wait until someone tells you, "Oh, this Let's Play is good. Watch it," and then you watch it. I did that twice with the patch. It's just not one of those that I try to keep up with. And so one time I watched it just because I heard that Gavin broke the hourglasses, and I wanted to see that. And then I saw that and I was like, "Oh, okay," and it was funny.
Game over.
And then there was this other one I watched entirely because it was Team Gents on the podcast, and especially
God, I'm
Jeff
so happy to have
freaking
Jeff
Ramsey on
Yeah.
the podcast. You know,
I know, it was so great, but then it's like Jeff just kind of like phoned it in. Like he didn't even give a shit. Like if you listen to him and the things he says, he's just not there. He's not
Well,
with
you
it. And I
know.
was kind of heartbroken about it.
To be
it
fair,
was-
that's part of the reason you left the podcast in the
I know
first
it
place
is.
was because you, yeah, you
He
can't.
even
like,
said that. He put out a post about it, and
Yeah.
I'm glad he did. I'm glad he came out and said, this is why I
Yeah.
don't do the podcast anymore because my heart's just not into it, and this is why. Like I'm glad he came out and said that and gave a reason for it. I just, if he's gonna be on a podcast of any kind, once every, I don't know, 4 years, just have a little enthusiasm. Like when he did which one was it that had the comic books?
Sponsor cast to
Yeah.
comic books.
Yeah, is that what it was? Yeah, when he was in there, like he was actually legitimately engaged and having a good time in that podcast. But when he
I
did the patch, he
Well,
was
I
The
can-
other way around, actually. I felt like on the comics, not that he wasn't involved, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like. Yeah, it's hard to describe, but I feel like the participation he had on the patch was like he was much more into it. But maybe it's just the impression I got.
Well, I
but,
can
you know,
understand him. Oh,
There was
sorry.
a part of the hands. No. You guys have weird hands?
No, I didn't actually watch
No.
either of those.
Oh, you should.
I should. There's a lot of things I should watch. But anyway, I think that I can kind of understand Jeff not being as excited for video games because, in essence, the patch, it's almost like a Let's Play, but without the game to him because that's all they do all day is play games and talk. Like all the Let's Plays are pretty much just podcasts with games.
yeah, that's true. I've enjoyed. If there's one thing about the Let's Plays that I really enjoyed, it's that Jeff will like get off topic of what's happening in the Let's Play, and will tell some story about some crazy shit that's happened to his life, to him recently, or that's happened in his life in the past. He's told some of his army stories from Let's Plays, and that's always fun to hear.
Yeah, I miss Jeff and Gavin being on the Let's Builds. Those were always great. Like I
never cared for the Let's Builds, man. Like I just couldn't get into them. I tried listening to 5 or 6 episodes, and they were just so boring to me.
Yeah, the Let's Builds, I just watched a few of them, and back when JJ was the editor, but pretty much just to see the crazy shit he would put in the middle of it. So I'll go
Yeah,
like
those would be
skipping
good.
to those parts, and that was funny. But yeah, just the Let's Builds are one of the shows that don't quite grasp my attention.
Mhm.
Maybe it was kind of some of the first ones back when they were, excited to play Minecraft and build stuff for Minecraft. They had some really good stories back then. And then kind of towards the end, even like kind of mirrors Minecraft now. It's kind of just, boring, which I'm not complaining. People still watch their content, so
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
they should keep making
if you
it.
enjoy it, watch it by all means. Don't.
honestly,
Don't
I think I
misunderstand.
like the Let's Plays they do in, random one-off games usually end up being some of their best ones, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I liked their what was it? Their Call of Duty ones that they did leading up to what is it, Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
I thought those are pretty good, going through the different Call of Duty games.
I liked I think my favorite one that I can think of from the past year was when they did the ship. That was a good one. And do you guys ever follow the Joel and Adam play how-to videos?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
I
Depends on the
try.
game.
Yeah, I kind of just look at I love watching them when they do scary games because their reactions are hilarious. But when they do, the random games, it's not as funny to me, I suppose.
Their what is it? Their Alien Isolation one was funny. When they went to that abandoned or not, I guess it's abandoned old psychiatric ward, and they're in the basement.
Blaine
that
was
was
an
funny.
asshole.
Yeah, it was. Like, that was funny. I thought that was good.
That is one of the cooler, better. I don't know the right adjective to use. That's one of the nice things about the how-to Let's Plays, I think, is that they will go out of their way to do stuff off-screen, which I guess you could say that they have a little bit more time to, since they aren't busy with an entire schedule of Let's Play stuff.
Right.
So I hope they just stick to just doing this one show, because there's plenty of other Rooster Teeth content out there, and I hope they just stick to doing what they can do, because I love it. And I hope they do more scary games.
For a while, I didn't understand the how-tos. Like, I didn't realize that it was them. They would pick a game and then take some sort of element from that game, and then just go completely off base with it. Like, I didn't understand that was the formula behind it, because it was, I don't even remember what Let's Play it was now. Not Let's Play, how-to. I don't remember what game they were playing. But they spent the whole time, I want to say it was Diablo, because they said something about like ghosts or something, about getting revived or some shit like that, and they got into the topic of talking about ghosts and all this other crazy shit, and so they're trying to like describe how to become a ghost, is what happened. And that's when I understood the whole formula, because I don't find, like, just in general, I don't find Joel and Adam to be very funny. Not that they don't have funny moments, they do. I just, in general, I don't find their humor to be my type of humor.
I think that's why I enjoy the... Oops, sorry.
No, I was done. I was just saying that's why I really don't watch it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I prefer it when they do like the scary games, because it's almost like forcibly funny, but not completely funny. I don't know. Like watching anybody play a scary game is always hilarious, because you know that you're not the one playing it, and you can laugh at their sorrow and their
I don't really find games
their
scary.
fear.
I think the how-to and also the let's watch now, but mostly how-to, kind of gives a part of the audience what they wanted. Cause I don't know, back a few months, people will be like, "Use facecam for your let's plays. Use facecam for let's plays." Which
use what for let's plays?
Facecam. It's like filming your face while you do it.
Yeah, I got you.
PewDiePie does that a lot. But it's not something that I find like extremely necessary, but some people are into it, whatever. So I think they kind of cover that ground a little with those sort of let's plays. Just adding that up.
With that.
I think I liked it better when they used to do the behind the scenes face cams almost. Like they wouldn't have the face cam on the thing while they were doing the let's play, but they would have a camera going at all times while they were doing it, and then they would just release a behind the scenes of the best clips from the face cam. I think those worked really well. But I guess now they don't have as much time, even though they just hired like 3 new people.
And I hate to sound like a spoiled brat, but even though they're... What? Yeah, sorry about that. Even though they're pumping out tons of content every day, and like they're all really good, I really wish they would focus a bit more on the RT shorts. Like maybe now that Laser Team has finished recording, maybe they'll go back. Because one of the goals for the fundraiser was that they would do some more shorts. And I really, really hope they go back to those, because, man, the RT shorts, back when I found out, like, they are a big part of what made me stay. I found out about Rooster Teeth because of Jack's Holocron guides for the Force Unleashed one. And, but after I started watching the RT shorts, I was like, this is good. This is fun. I'll keep watching that. And, well, there became my road.
Yeah, I felt the same way. That's kind of how I got into it. Watched Red vs. Blue, found it great, and then I watched the I watched the shorts, but it was not just because they were funny. It was also trying to pick out like whose voices I'd heard from the from Red vs. Blue. And I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
Simmons, and then that's Griff, and then somewhere along the line, my like fanism like swapped, and it went from Simmons being Gus to Gus being Simmons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
I'm pretty sure I told this story before on the podcast, or maybe it was in one of our random conversations. But hey, you get to listen again, audience. Now, just real quick, the first thing I thought about Rooster Teeth when I was watching the Holocron guides was that there was just Jack and Jeff, like they were just two guys doing videos. And then much later I found out, because much later I decided to check their channel itself. Oh, there's a company.
Want to go to questions?
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
I'm playing my Xbox right now, and I've got my TeamSpeak hooked up to my monitor as well.
You're one of those people that has to like multitask.
No, I've in the
One of
past-
those people.
Hey,
in the past, I've gotten to that point where I'm just like, if somebody else starts talking, I get bored. God, I sound like such an asshole. That's why I'm not on the podcast. I'm like Jeff, I'm not into it. My heart's not in it, guys. There was one early on where I was playing Titanfall while we were talking, and you could just hear my controller going clack, 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 clack the whole time in the fucking background. And I was like, oh my god, it's like I can't believe nobody said anything to me.
because we're so into it, we're not.
Yeah,
we're
I
not
was
even
about to
paying
say, I'm glad
attention.
we all give a shit. It's important to all of us.
But hey,
But yeah,
Anyway.
Go for 2015. Jeff on the Shifty Key Podcast.
That would be sweet.
yeah.
God,
That's
if you
like
get Jeff on the
maybe
podcast,
ultra
you
high.
I don't care what the fuck I'm doing in my life. If you get Jeff on the podcast, you let me know. I will be there, son. I will be there. I was so happy to talk to Jeff at RTX. That was the best thing about RTX.
I'm mad jelly.
What did he talk about?
How, and nobody knows about this thing, and he had forgotten about it too. How I got into Rooster Teeth was I had seen a video, and I've described this before. It was the entire opening sequence of The Matrix done in Halo on that on the original Halo map that had the two ships that were like side by side, like they were open faced, and you can use the portal to jump between them.
Yeah, boarding action.
Boarding action, that's it. And it was the entire opening sequence using boarding action, and then another map, which I totally forgot the name of now. I mean, I've just about forgotten them all. And I was describing it to him, and at the end of the video, it says, for more content like this, go to roosterteeth.com. And he was like, oh shit. He goes, I forgot that we had made that. He goes, yeah, I remember that now. He's like, holy hell, you really have been around a long time. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm a crazy Rooster Teeth fan. Like it's one of those things that's so old and esoteric that they just kind of made it, I guess, on a whim to promote the site, and then just forgot about it because it wasn't like a big deal, and nobody else knows about it. So I was happy to like share that moment of little nostalgia with him, from Jesus, what, friggin' 11 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago now.
It's been a crazy ride.
It has been a crazy ride. So, sorry about that.
Well, no, man, come on. Stories, always good.
No, I mean, like, off topic with the whole.
That was an off topic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pay attention for the questions. I'm done with Destiny because I got my bounty done, so I'm done with Destiny.
All right.
All right, bounty
just
done.
one thing, Jim. Have you been listening to the podcast?
I have not listened to the podcast recently, guys. I'm sorry. I'm unemployed now. I quit my job Monday, but up until then, I was so stressed out that I just hated life in general. I didn't do anything that I appreciated. Like I just fucking hated everything.
Okay.
So
Just
I haven't listened to it.
Just a fair warning. Remember the noises I used to make before the questions?
You still do that shit, don't you?
Yeah, that became
You're
a
such
thing.
a fucking asshole.
So, without further ado, questions.
Doesn't get any better.
Do you have the questions actually pulled up, Luis?
I do.
Yay! Yeah, we have the questions pulled up
Hey!
for real this time, not just
All right then.
not just for,
40
not for
podcasts
pretend.
later, we've got that one aspect nailed down.
we've got ourselves organized enough.
So, this one was sent by Nick Gons, and he asks, if swimming is good for your shape, then why do whales look the way they do?
Do we have the real answer for this?
Whatever. Whatever answer your heart desires.
The real answer is because the ocean is very cold and whales have a lot of fat on them called blubber, and it keeps them warm. That's why a lot of them were hunted to near extinction during the early 20th century and the late 19th century.
Yep. Whale.
Real answer. I don't know. I don't have anything comical to say about it.
Even though Jim's answer sounds all scientific and stuff, I disagree.
Does it have something to do with goats?
No. I
Okay.
think it actually is because, yes, swimming is good for you, but whales do like to have a diet based entirely on spicy food, so they get really gassy. So, you know,
So
you
they're
kill
just
a
bloated
whale,
all the
they
time?
just blow the fuck up. It's really interesting.
Are you talking about like those videos you see where people will like cut open like a whale that's been beached and dead for a couple of weeks, and they like cut it open and it just completely explodes?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I have seen that video. Took me a second, but yes. That's just because, I mean, that's with every animal. When they die, they kind of bloat up because all the gases in their body just decay, and
Yeah.
it usually turns into like methane.
But most animals aren't the size of a whale.
No, that's true. It's much more violent with a whale carcass than most other animals. That's for sure.
All right. Next question. Good sir.
But, oh, wait.
What?
Wait.
No, it's just that I was answering a message from some of my friends on Facebook, and I was typing Portuguese. So I just said "hold up" in Portuguese. Peraí. That was fucking dumb. Okay.
Just send them a message in English.
Dude, did I? Hold on.
Did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Well, let's
But
put it this way, Luis. You're talking to us in English. You're not talking to us in Portuguese. So
Yeah.
that's
Just
one
got-
step in the right direction.
I just got them mixed up. All right then.
Oh, the joys of being bilingual.
Yeah. So, this one is by 78p, and he asks, you are in a large room with a screen on which you can see whatever you could possibly want to see. Once you leave the room, you can no longer return. Will you stay in the room? Also, you're immortal, so you don't need to leave the room for food or toilet duties.
Well, I'm glad that that going to the bathroom is not the result of not going to the bathroom is the result of immortality. I didn't know that was part of it. That's cool.
But yeah, I think I get the point. Like, you don't have to go outside for any biological reason.
Do you have? I guess my question is, do you have contact with anybody outside the room? Is the thing. Like, if you could be in the room and you could see anything you wanted, but you could still interact with others, yeah, I'd stay in the room. That's cool with me. If you cannot talk to anybody outside of the room, then fucking I'm out of the room. I'm not doing that. Just fucking not.
I think I'd watch some stuff. Like, probably make a list and be like, okay, let's see, Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and 9. Like,
True
in
that.
a single day. And then, like, after I was done with the list, I'll be like, okay, fuck it. And then I just leave the room. And certainly there would be stuff I'll later on think like, God damn it, I could have watched that. But, you know, nothing that would stop me from living my life. So it'd be pretty much just, yeah, okay. A few things and then leave.
So can you watch like literally anything, or can you only watch movies on this imaginary screen
Anything.
room?
Seems like
Have
a large
the
room.
eyes of God. You could see anything you want, anytime, from anywhere.
Yeah, it
Okay, I
seems like
think-
that's the thing.
I think I would want to solve some of the mysteries of the world, like who put that finger in the chili in Wendy's. Just kidding.
Dude, Bermuda Triangle, Atlantis.
If
Sure.
Clinton did
Atlantis.
have an affair with his secretary.
I'm pretty sure he did. But that brings it back to, if you can't communicate with anybody outside of the room, then what's the point? You know?
Well, it can tell them
Well-
everything afterwards.
Well, yeah. Did
Okay, I see what
Did he
you're
say
saying.
you
So
could
you
leave?
can still leave the room. Okay, so it's not
At some point, yeah.
Yeah,
would-
all right.
Or would you
I would
stay
do,
there
like, one of
forever,
those-
like watching everything?
I do like one of those shaky cam recordings, like what happened at JFK. Like dun dun dun.
Yeah, really.
You know, that's almost like the concept of Uatu, the Watcher, in the Marvel Universe. Like, he sees everything. And, you know, that was, is, and will be. Well, until... If you guys have you guys read the original Sin storyline?
No. Niet, comrade.
Okay, so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it involves the Watcher.
I'm never going about that. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
I know, but
I don't know if any of the listeners will
because
ever watch it. But
since it's, I
Or read
think, a second semester of 2014 storyline, I don't want to spoil it for people because I just read it like this week because I was having classes, so I couldn't just sit down and read comics. So I don't want to be that guy. But hey,
Okay,
give it a read. It's good. By the way, read the fucking Spider-Verse storyline. It's really good. I don't know. It's just that I'm a big fan of Spider-Man, so seeing all the alternate universe Spider-Man is really fun. But yeah. TJ, did you answer it?
Didn't I?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you did. Sorry about that. Whoops. Okay then, so this next one is by Dr. Sparks, and she asked, how many boards could Mongols hoard if Mongol hordes got bored?
Probably a lot. I mean, you know, the Mongols, they just kind of take everything, so whatever they see, they take. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, all of them, all of the boards.
I would
They
have
would
to
never be bored.
disagree, and I'd have to say like 5, maybe 10 board, 10 boards, I guess.
Dude, I think my answer is like a paradox, because if they have all the boards, then they're never bored, then they'll never get boards.
While they
Oh
board.
my god.
Da, da, da.
I'm a genius.
Yo, dog, I got you a board so you can
You
board
broke
while you
the
board.
universe.
I got
The
you a board so
space-time
you can
continuum.
board while you're bored.
But wait, the Mongols, weren't they the guys who worked with Attila?
Yep.
Or no?
Attila the
Attila.
Hun.
Yeah,
Attila the Hun.
it was those guys, right?
Right.
So yeah, probably like a dozen until they found someone or something to slaughter. Because, you know, they have
I figure they had to be playing Chinese checkers, right? I mean, when they weren't out raping and pillaging, like that's the main
Well,
game, right?
I mean, Attila did conquer a lot of things, but they had a bad reputation of being a bit sadistic about it. So probably like, yo,
Yeah.
dude, what you doing? You know, just murdered an entire village, but kind of bored. Hey, you wanna wait? You wanna hoard some boards? Yeah, sure, whatever. Then they just hoard some boards, and then, hey, look, it's a pig. Yes, let's burn it to the ground. And then they just, you know, slaughter a pig for funsies.
Yeah, I heard that Attila the Hun was such a sadistic guy, and he was like crazy about raping women. It is estimated that today, 10% of the world's population has some trace of Attila's DNA. In it.
Is that Attila or Genghis Khan?
Or yeah, you may be right. It may be Genghis Khan. You're right.
Wait, yeah, I think I was thinking about Genghis Khan too, not Attila.
I love how you say
Attila.
Attila.
I think you're gonna say Atlas or something.
Attila's no, Attila's is someone else.
I thought you said Alec earlier.
Attila.
Whatever, fuck it. Damn, that's embarrassing because I actually like history, but now that I got those two confused and God damn it, I can't remember which one I was about to say something about. Shit.
Well,
Okay, well, that was really, really embarrassing.
funny story. I'm actually going to be doing. I'm going to be. I don't remember if I'm helping out. Yeah, I think I'm helping out at a Model UN conference for the Mongol horde.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
I don't know what that is.
I'm being legitimately serious. Model UN, Model United Nations.
Oh, Model UN. Okay, all right. I didn't hear what you said. I thought you said something else. I said Molly something. I was like,
is that a thing that's going on? That's going to go on New York or something?
I mean, we are we could go to New York. That's one of the conferences that our group could go to, but I think we're probably going to end up going to either Berkeley or Chicago University. But I'm probably not going to go to that because this is my first year, so I'm not that experienced.
I was offered to, I mean, quote unquote offered to go to the one in New York, but I'd have to pay like a fuckload of money to participate in it. It would be interesting, but it was a really big pile of fuckload of money. So I didn't go, but it was a small UN thing. But hey, if you're going to represent the Mongols hordes, and you find out if we're talking about Attila or Genghis Khan, let us know. That is, if I don't remember by the time the podcast is over. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, well, that was embarrassing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, podcast over. And then just comes to mind like, oh, yes, that's the answer. Then I just make a fool of myself.
You always make a fool of yourself.
Thank you, TJ. Wait, what?
You're welcome.
He's gonna be honest with you there.
Shots fired.
TJ, bitch. TJ, why?
Says bitch.
All right, so
yeah, I think that's it. Now we need a question for the audience. Mr. Servak?
Oh boy. Audience question is going to be, what's the one thing you want the most this Christmas or holiday season if you don't celebrate Christmas? What is the one gift that you want the most?
Or wanted.
And I want you to be absolutely selfish about it. Don't give me no altruistic bullshit like peace on earth. Like give me I want something that you want. I want you to be greedy and capitalist about it.
Well, that's a good question, and I'm gonna let you keep it. But this podcast is coming out after Christmas.
Well, still.
Damn it.
It's not like we're going to
be a
give
before Christmas podcast. Now I just sound like an asshole.
It's not like we're going to give
Kanye
anything
Wested
to
you.
the person who's answering it. So
I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna let you make an asshole out of yourself too. Shit, I don't even know.
No, you could say like, what did you want?
Yeah, I guess. What did y'all get, or what did you want that you didn't get?
Just answer like, what would you have liked to get, and if it didn't match, show your answer to your family and friends and make them all feel bad.
I love how you were all happy that you thought of a good question to ask the audience, and I just took that happiness and threw it to the ground.
Yeah, no shit. I mean,
burned it with a lighter.
Luis is like, oh, hey, we're going to do a podcast for Christmas. I'm thinking like pre-Christmas, not after.
Well, we are recording pre-Christmas.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing this is what? Christmas is, Jesus, 8 days away? Come on, guys. I can get this out before
then. Before we wrap this up, there is an answer for our questions for the audience. Yay! This one is from our episode 43, and the question was by Jay Justice. He asked, what is your fond memory for 2014? And so the answer is by Dr. Sparks. And hold on, I need to clear my throat. Sorry about that. Damn it, TJ, you made me sick. And this time not as being like, I want to throw up, but anyway. The answer was... The answer is... I said it was before, right? Well, anyway, the answer is... 2014 was a crazy, interesting year. I didn't know which to put emphasis on because it was both extremely crazy and extremely interesting. A lot of shit happened. Not a lot of fun memories come from 2014. The fun memory that kept me somewhat sane throughout this year was the fact that I rediscovered Rooster Teeth and became more involved in the community. The biggest example would probably be the Shifty Key Podcast. Thanks, guys. You keep me quote-unquote sane.
Well,
Thank you,
Sparks is
Doc.
a little not insane.
We
Thank you.
just absorb all of your insanity and we use it.
For goats. I mean,
I love Sparks. I think she's absolutely wonderful. I had when I found out that she was on one of the Shifty Key podcast episodes a while back, I told her like if she ever gets invited again, let me know because I would love to be on and talk to her because she and I have been friends on the site for a while.
well, you should
And
have
I just-
told me.
Yeah, I know. I should have probably told you. I didn't know that she was into the Shifty Key podcast though. That was the thing. So I kind of didn't know that there was that possibility that we'd be on an episode together. So everybody, now that you know, if Dr. Sparks is on the podcast, let me know because I'd love to actually have a conversation with her over voice chat sometime.
All
All
right.
right, so 2 people that if we ever get on the podcast, we'll let you know: Jeff and Dr. Sparks.
Yes, Jeff, especially fuck Sparks. If Jeff is on here, she can go. Rot
So
in a
forget
ditch.
Jeff
Wait,
and Doc
well,
Sparks.
I love you, Sparks.
Jeff and
Forget
Dr.
Jeff
Sparks.
and Dr. Sparks on the same podcast. Jim's just gonna turn into
I'm
a
gonna have a
Megazord.
heart
right?
attack and die, so you probably won't have to worry about me being on the podcast.
All right then. So
Note to self.
everyone. Yes.
That's our assassination plan to get Jim.
Oh yeah, we just lied that we got Jeff. Make a fake account like Jeff with a single F. He won't notice.
It's a G off.
And be like, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna be on the podcast you record." Don't do that, kids. That's mean. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Jim, TJ, thank you for being here. It's always great to record with you guys.
Happy to be
And
here.
No problemo.
well, I always forget the outro now takes care of that. So listen to the outro. There are stuff there, about our forums. And you can participate on the Shifty Key Podcast, and that's always good. Because we smell sexy. So until next week, eat a lot because it's, it will be after Christmas. But it will be the New Year's party, so eat a lot.
You are full of more shit, Christmas turkey.
Yes. But anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode. 2015! Hype!
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to the Shifty Key Podcast. The intro and outro music is provided to us by our editor, TDBTyler. To get more involved with the Shifty Key Podcast, you can answer the questions for the audience asked by our guests, or even ask the cast a question of your very own, either here in the YouTube comments or in our Rooster Teeth group. To keep updated with this channel's shenanigans, you can follow us on Twitter, join and watch our group on Rooster Teeth, or simply subscribe. All links will be in the description. Until next week, goodbye.
I get the last word. Because I'm awesome.
Do you, though?
Last word.
No, I do. Fuck you.
No. End it now, Luis, before
Tyler, you
Jim
owe me.
says anything.
Do my word last.
Okay.
No,
okay,
do mine
okay.
last.
Okay, I'm gonna...
I'll spend your best on recording.
I am the
Penis.
alpha and the omega.
Penis. Penis.
Penis.
Penis.
Penis.
Penis.
Penis.
Penis.
Penis.
Penis.
Diarrhea!
Penis.